In this video, we're going over the top 5 meta loadouts to use in the Season 4 update. There's been tons of nerfs, tons of buffs, and the meta has drastically changed. But there's been some secret stealth nerfs and insane buffs to certain weapons, therefore making tons of new guns meta. I got you guys with the best meta loadouts so you guys don't lose a single gunfight. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe so you stay up to date on the current metas. Our first weapon is going to be the beautiful Kar 98, which I'm sure you guys remember from Warzone 1. This gun is a beast and you can build it out exactly how it was in Warzone 1. For your muzzle, we have the sonic suppressor, and this suppressor also allows you to stay off the radar. This is also the best muzzle to extend that one-shot range, and currently it's at 66.7 meters, but when we add more attachments, it'll extend that even further. For your barrel, we have the long barrel, and this barrel extends your one-shot range and also makes it even more hit scan by increasing that bullet velocity. This is by far the best barrel to put on the Kar 98 because these barrels suck balls. It wouldn't be the Kar 98 if it didn't quickscope, so we have the no stock for the stocks. And for the Kar 98, you want to maximize your ADS speeds as well as your sprint fire so you can quickscope people at close range and at long range while also being able to one-shot them. Now, to allow the Kar 98 to one-shot at 85.9 meters, which is the longest range you can have on this Kar 98, you have the high grain rounds. And this ammunition type allows it to have almost a 1000 millisecond bullet velocity, which essentially almost makes this thing hit scan. So you're able to shoot kids out the sky, shoot kids at range without really having to lead your shot that much. And last but not least, when it comes to the optics, we have the SPX80 optic. This is by far my favorite optic on this gun, but if you want that original OG optic from Warzone 1, you want to use the Ranger Collar optic. I will be using the Ranger Collar optic, but when you select this optic, it's kind of broken. I don't know why. I think this is a visual glitch. I'm sure they're gonna fix it at some point. So that's why I use the SPX, because when you aim down sight, it's much more cleaner. And what causes the glitch on this Ranger Collar optic is the no stock. When you remove the no stock, it works perfectly fine. So if you want this OG sight, you gotta remove the optic and you should add the Razorhawk laser light, which essentially gives you the best stats for your ADS and your sprint to fire times. Other than that, this is the best Kar 98 build that allows it to one shot at a long range as well as making it have a crazy sprint to fire and ADS speeds. Give this gun a try on Rebirth Island or even on a big map and you will see that this gun literally slaps. Our next loadout is going to be the new sub that got introduced in the Season 4 update, the Superi 46. This is by far the best all-around submachine gun in Warzone, but there is another submachine gun that does kill faster than this. However, I prefer this sub because it literally has the cleanest iron sights as well as literally having no recoil. So starting off with the muzzle, we have the Zeman compensated flash header. This is one of the best, by far the best muzzle for your submachine guns. It literally eliminates all your visual recoil. Now, because we're using a submachine gun, we gotta maximize our mobility. Now, you might think that the no stock has the best stats for mobility. However, that's not true. The Rescue 9 stock actually has a faster mobility than the no stock. And you can see right here, it literally has better stats as far as movement wise for the sub while also not hurting your recoil control. Not only is this the best stock for mobility, it also even helps your recoil control. That's like insanely overpowered. I don't even gotta explain this one. Of course, we're using the DR6 hand stop as your underbarrel. Now, because this gun has no recoil, we can easily sacrifice our recoil control to give ourselves some extra damage range and some extra bullet velocity. Using the high green rounds allows us to down our enemies at a farther range. And last but not least, we have the 40 round mag on the magazine. Now, if for some reason the recoil control is pretty difficult for you, you can eliminate the high green rounds and add the heavy barrel, which helps with your recoil control. Anyways, give this gun a try. I'm definitely gonna make a video on this gun pretty soon because this is definitely one of the best all-around submachine guns in Warzone currently. Our next loading is going to be the FGX Horus submachine gun. This is by far the fastest killing SMG in the game after the recent buff in the Season 4 update. This gun deletes up close, so if you want to use this gun, these are the attachments for it. For the barrel, we have the Martis heavy barrel. This is the barrel that helps with your recoil control because this gun does have a lot of shake and a lot of recoil. So having this barrel allows you to maintain your recoil much better. For the muzzle, we have have the Zeman compensated flash hider, again the typical muzzle that everyone uses for their submachine guns. And I don't know why this gun is weird. You need to have a barrel on this gun in order to equip a muzzle, because if you don't have a barrel, you can't equip the muzzle for some reason. I don't know why. For the underbarrel, of course, your typical DR6 hand stop, the best underbarrel for any submachine gun. To help maximize the range, because the range in this gun is pretty dog water, you want to use the high green rounds because this allows it to increase the damage range as well as increase the bullet velocity. And last but not least, we have the 48 round mag, and I'm just noticing this now. There's a 60 round mag. It's currently locked and I can't equip it, and I didn't even realize there was a 60 mag on this gun in the first place. I'm not sure if it's a glitch. I'm not sure if you guys know if there is even a way to unlock the 60 round mag, but as far as I know, you have to equip the 48 round mag. Overall, this is the full class setup for this FJX Horus. This is definitely the best SMG when it comes to close range. It literally deletes people up close. However, the recoil isn't, it's good, but it's not like, you know, no recoil kind of recoil. This gun has more recoil than the Superi, but it does kill faster. So use at your own risk. It's a gun that kills fast, but it's not as accurate as the Superi, but it's still accurate enough to use. So again, this gun is pretty good. And I'm glad it got buffed because this gun literally sucked when it first came out. Now you wonder if the Striker 9 is still the best submachine gun. It's not. Yes, it did get a nerf in a recent update, but there was a stealth nerf that wasn't mentioned in the patch notes that literally makes it one of the worst submachine guns in the game. So please, I'm doing you a favor. Stop using that Striker 9, please. Use this gun or either the new sub. Now our next loadout is going to be the WSP9. Although this gun did receive a nerf to its damage range in the recent update, this gun still slaps. And in my opinion, the WSP9 is probably one of the best sniper support weapons in this game. So I think this is going to be a great gun if you want to pair it up with the Kar 98. For your muzzle, all reliable, Zeman compensated flash hider. Again, eliminates all your visual recoil. Underbarrel, again, don't gotta explain much. DR6 hand stop. For your magazine, you want the biggest mag in your gun, so the 50 round mag is the way to go. Now the stock is where things get a little bit complicated. In my opinion, I think the factory stock is the best stock on the WSP9, and I know there are people that do use the no stock, but like whenever I use the no stock, this gun is literally just twerking in my face. Hey yo! So unless you're some movement TikTok god king whatever, use a no stock, but I'm not like that, so I use the factory stock because this is the best stock that is on this gun that doesn't literally make your recoil go crazy. So besides the no stock, the factory stock is the best stock that helps your mobility, because at the end of the day, you are using a submachine gun, so you want to utilize and make sure that you're adding attachments that help with the movement speeds, and the other stocks don't do that. So again, if you're not some TikTok god, use the factory stock, but if you can control the recoil, then by all means use no stock, because I cannot see why I'm using that. Last but not least, we have the optics, and optics are usually personal preference. My favorite is the MK3 reflector. As long as you use an optic that has a precision sight picture, you can use whatever optic you want. So this is the best WSP9 class setup for season 4. However, if you do have that pay to win bundle for the WSP9, which I have right now, the fossilized bundle, when you take off the scope, it's pretty much see-through, so like there isn't much visual clutter when you're ADSing. So if you own the bundle and you don't want to use an optic, you want to use this Reckless 90 long barrel, and this barrel helps with your damage range and your bullet velocity, because they did nerf the damage range on the WSP9, so having extra damage range will definitely help this gun. Last but not least, we have the current long range meta, even though it got nerfed in this season 4 update, the DG58. They literally did nothing to this gun. They literally only nerfed the headshot damage multiplier as well as the bullet velocity, which doesn't even do anything to the gun really. So it's the same build as the last season. We have the Woody long barrel. For your underbarrel, you want to equip the Bruin heavy support grip. For the muzzle, you want to equip the Spirit Fire suppressor, which is the best suppressor that helps with your damage range and your bullet velocity, because they nerfed the bullet velocity, and it also keeps you off the minimap as well. So because they nerfed the bullet velocity, we gotta add the high grain rounds, which again helps with your bullet velocity and your damage range. This thing has a 1000 millisecond bullet velocity, so you don't gotta lead your shot much when you're shooting people. And then last but not least, the cleanest optic that you want to put on this gun, and that is the Jack glassless optic. So this is the build. This is the current long range meta build that you want to use for the DG58. Now there is also another pay to win bundle that you can use on the DG58, just like the WSP9, and that bundle is called Bone Structure. And when you take off the optic, it's see-through, so the iron sights aren't really blocking your way and blocking your view when you're ADSing. Now if you did buy the pay to win bundle like I did, you can use the recoil reduction butt plate, which helps with your recoil control. So for those of you who don't have that pay to win bundle, this is by far the best meta class setup for the DG58. 98. However, if you do have that paid one model, you can tick off that optic and add on that stock. So this thing is going to laser people. So that'll be it for the video. Try out the new sub, try out the FJX because those are definitely the best submachine guns in this game. And also try out that Kar 98 because that Kar 98 feels exactly like the original one. If you want to see gameplay of the new Kar 98, check out the video on screen and I'll see you guys in the next one.